Doctors have read it. What made you call the police? A grandmother brought in her grandson, panicking because he wasn't eating and looked both painfully underweight and swollen. She had been taking care of him while the parents were off enjoying a vacation. We rushed him into care and quickly realized he was suffering from extreme malnutrition, one of the worst cases I had ever seen. When I questioned the grandmother about his diet, she handed me a ridiculous list of instructions from the parents, an all-vegan diet that completely lacked any essential proteins or nutrients. The kid was on the verge of heart failure. A few days later, the parents stormed into the hospital, enraged, demanding we discharge their son. The mother, looking torn and stressed, tried to justify it by saying her husband, some gym instructor, had designed the diet. They had some delusional plan to train their kid like an athlete. She admitted she was pressured to follow his absurd expectations, especially after their first son was diagnosed with a disability. Despite the fact that their son was practically on death's door, the father arrogantly dismissed our warnings, claiming his son was perfectly fine. At that point, I had no choice but to call the authorities. The next day, CPS and the police arrived, taking the child into protective custody. The parents, arrested. Turns out, this wasn't their first rodeo. They had already done this to their first son, who now has a neurological disability because of their reckless neglect.